Why did the US attack Iran? President Donald Trump said Saturday that US forces launched a massive military campaign against Iran in order to defend the American people by eliminating the imminent threats of the Iranian regime. The US and Israeli strikes came just one day after the latest round of indirect negotiations between Washington and Tehran regarding Iran's nuclear program, amid an expanded US military presence in the Middle East. In describing the decision to launch a massive military operation against Iran, Trump said in a video posted on social media that Iran was developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and soon could reach the American homeland. They rejected every opportunity to abandon their nuclear ambitions, and we cannot tolerate it any longer, the president said.
Trump has repeatedly stated in recent days that Iran was developing missiles capable of reaching the United States, although sources told CNN that this claim is not supported by U.S. intelligence. According to those sources, there is no information suggesting that Iran will soon possess a missile capable of reaching the United States. However, Iran does have short-range ballistic missiles that could threaten U.S. troops and military bases in the Middle East, the sources said. In his video address on Saturday, Trump also listed a series of grievances against Iran, including its support for allied groups in the region that have threatened U.S. troops and commercial shipping, as well as its backing of Hamas. Trump warned that American lives could be lost as a result of the military operation in Iran. The message to the Iranian people. The Iranian regime seeks to kill. Brave American heroes' lives may be lost and we may suffer casualties. That often happens in war, but we are not doing this for the present. We are doing it for the future, and it is a noble mission, the president said, adding that the United States had taken every possible step to minimize risk to American personnel in the region. For many of Trump's allies, military action had seemed inevitable for some time, after he told anti-regime demonstrators that he would support them. When we are finished, take control of your government. It will be yours to take. This will probably be your only opportunity for generations, Trump told the Iranian people in his video. For many years you have asked for the help of the United States, but you never received it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who gives you what you want, so let's see how you respond, he said. Trump's motivations for his second round of strikes against Iran since returning to office, expressed mostly in brief and informal public statements, appeared to shift over time, from protecting protesters, to curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions, and finally to seeking regime change. He also cited Iran's missile arsenal and its destabilizing support for regional groups. It remains to be seen how the latest joint U.S.-Israeli military action will contribute to achieving all or some of those objectives. Previous negotiations. Iranian state media were quick to point out that this is the second time Iran has been targeted during talks with the United States, following the 12-day conflict with Israel in June last year that ended with U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. After the talks held Friday in Geneva, Iran struck a positive tone, with Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi stating that an agreement was within reach, but only if diplomacy is prioritized. We have a historic opportunity to reach an unprecedented agreement that addresses mutual concerns and interests, he said. However, Trump expressed dissatisfaction with the progress of the negotiations, stating, "They don't want to say the key words, we are not going to have a nuclear weapon." Washington has been pressing Iran to agree never to pursue a nuclear weapons program, while Trump has expressed skepticism about Tehran's claim that its nuclear program is solely for civilian use. Netanyahu calls for regime change. For his part, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called Saturday for regime change in Iran in his first video statement regarding the U.S. and Israeli strikes on the country. Netanyahu urged all sectors of the Iranian people to free themselves from the yoke of tyranny and build a free and peaceful Iran. Our joint action will create the conditions for the brave Iranian people to take control of their destiny, Netanyahu said.